silent, their pleading looks will say, oh, hard times come again no more.
In 1943, after the Soviet Union won the Battle of Stalingrad against the Nazis, Britain's Prime Minister Winston Churchill said, "We have reached the end of the beginning." For 4 years, the Allies had held on in this terrible war to preserve freedom in the world. London itself had been bombed into rubble, but Churchill had helped keep his country's spirit alive.
Lift up your heart. All will come right. Out of the depths of sorrow and of sacrifice will be born again the glory of mankind.
Now, in 1943, under the command of U.S. General Dwight D. Eisenhower, the Allies began to win.
May the light of freedom, coming to all darkened lands, flame brightly, until at last the darkness is no more.
Plans began for Operation Overlord, code name for the invasion and recapture of France. The Germans had lined the beaches of Normandy with mines and steel barriers. On high cliffs overlooking possible landing areas, they had erected heavy guns. Despite the Nazi wall, Eisenhower decided to launch a major attack. June 6, 1944 would forever be known as D-Day.
Soldiers, sailors, and airmen of the Allied Expeditionary Force, you are about to embark upon the Great Crusade. You will bring about the destruction of the German war machine. Your task will not be an easy one. Your enemy is well trained. He will fight savagely. We will accept nothing less than full victory. Good luck, and let us all beseech the blessing of Almighty God upon this great and noble undertaking.
At daybreak, the sky filled with airplanes, 9,000 of them. The largest naval fleet ever assembled for war appeared off the French coast. Slowly at first, but then steadily, soldiers began to land and head onto the beach, into the fierce guns on top of the bluffs. The first to land were shot down at the water's edge. 5,000 would die before reinforcement arrived. But by day's end, Allied troops were holding French soil. They had broken the Nazi wall. They were on their way to Berlin. One year later, after fierce battles inside France and Germany, General Eisenhower announced that the war in Europe was finally over.
The Allied force, which invaded Europe on June 6, 1944, has utterly defeated the Germans by land, sea, and air.